If you are opening up to spirit, there's something that you need to know. Not all spirit or energies are good. There is lower expression and darker energies and entities that you may start becoming aware of. Not many people are talking about what true protection is. And when they are, they're talking about putting a bubble of light around us or saying a prayer like there's something to be afraid of. So I want to talk about what that is today and help you hold yourself in a really strong foundation so you, in fact, are super confident so you can go further with your psychic mediumship abilities. Think about this for a moment. If you have loose boundaries as a human, you're probably going to have loose boundaries as a medium or as an intuitive. So to know spirit is to know self, which is like my favorite saying. But would you leave all of the doors to your house wide open while you slept or while you went to town? Would you leave your car doors open while you went shopping? No. So why do we do that when it comes to mediumship? Why do we tend to put spirit and energies and the unknown on a pedestal and think that whatever we get, whether it's at midnight, whether it's in the middle of a work meeting, whatever it is, we should be privileged? Like, no. There's actually no hierarchy at all, and you having strong boundaries is super important. So today we're going to go deeper into this, and I'm going to show you my number one tool on how to protect yourself. This is going to be great for your family. This is going to be great for your clients. This is going to be great for your procedures so you can go further in your psychic abilities than you've ever gone before. Have you ever felt exhausted after spending time with somebody? Have you ever felt a bit funny or like icky after doing a reading or after doing a session with somebody? Maybe the session was on you, or maybe you did it for somebody else. Did you ever feel kind of like icky or strange, like the spidey radar's coming in, like something's not quite right? Have you ever felt like your emotions that you're feeling aren't actually yours? So all of this is energy. And this is a perfect example on how other people's energy, and also I want to say the collective energy, can affect us, because we are empaths. And if you haven't got the memo yet or heard it, energy is our first language. We sense what the truth is. We sense when there is light. We sense when there is shadow. But like I spoke about in the previous videos, our brain will step in before the intuitive hits come to the forefront so much of the time. Having a clean energy and being consciously aware of the energies around us, rather than going to our brain and going, oh, I don't want to judge, or maybe I should take people at face value, or maybe this emotion is because this person made me feel that way. We're always trying to justify our feelings, and we're always trying to justify like our spidey senses, and we've got to stop. We've got to start listening. This is going to help you so much today, and I cannot wait to share with you this tool. Another way I want you to think about it is you're walking through a crowded space. Maybe you're in the mall or you're on the street or whatever. Maybe you're at the school pickup and you walk past somebody who's got a really beautiful perfume on. Like they swipe past you, and then you can smell that perfume on your clothes later on, or you had that whiff of perfume, right? So you could just smell it, or maybe it got attached to your clothes. And this is a perfect example on how energy works. You're not just your body. In fact, you've got this really big aura around you. And when you are walking past somebody, you are collaborating your energies together. So we have to understand how to be energetically hygienic, how to clean our energy, and how to do it daily. There's nothing to fear. And you might be like, I quite like the smell of that perfume, right? But do you really want to take that person's energy home with you? Because where there's good, there's also not so good. This is polarity, this is duality. And the truth is, don't we want to feel our own emotions rather than having them kind of like coated or taken over with somebody else's? I don't know about you guys, let me know, but are you an empath? Do you feel other people's energy? Because I certainly do. And for the longest time, for the first 30 years of my life, I just thought I was a super emotional person, I didn't realize that I was taking on other people's emotions. And now that I understand what is mine and what is not, and I know how to be energetically hygienic, I am so much cleaner in my channel, in my interactions, and in my very own knowing of what is required for me. I don't get so lost in others. We can get lost in other human beings, but we can also get lost in other spirits. And this is why the message I want to bring to you today before we do the process is to understand that is to know spirit is to know yourself. If you've got loose boundaries as a human, you have got a loose boundaries with your psychic abilities. You're not taking ownership. You're not taking responsibility. And that is super, super important. It's not your fault. It's totally not your fault because you have been trained, you have been programmed to put like spirit up here on a pedestal, but also to be a people pleaser to the humans around you. So there's no mistake if you do have loose boundaries or if you are in fear of spirit and you're putting them on a pedestal or you're kind of keeping them away because you're a little bit scared. This is very, very normal. So here's a thing that I want to tell you. You are the strongest entity in your reality. You're the strongest energy, the strongest guide, the strongest entity, which is basically anything that has a consciousness. You're the strongest one. This is your reality. Your reality. You're the producer, you're the writer, you're the actor, you're the director, you're whatever when it comes to your life. You're the creator of your reality. So if this is true, right, that means that you have choice on who comes in and who comes out, how to hold your standard. If you're the queen of your castle, or if you're the king of your kingdom, then you hold yourself. You hold yourself with honor, with grace, with dignity, with authenticity, with integrity. So why would we be having loosey-goosey boundaries? Why would we be allowing other energies and entities and humans to mess with our system? That's the two things that's super important. To know spirit is to know yourself. You're the strongest entity in your reality. So let's do the process. When you're ready, I want you to close your eyes down. Take a nice deep breath and breathe out, breathing yourself into relaxation and just allowing yourself just to relax and let all of the words that I've spoken just drop down around you. There's nothing you need to remember. So just dropping those barriers down, having those eyes closed, doing a body scan from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, and relaxing any spaces or places that feel sticky or icky, or maybe there's a felt sense going on within your body. How are you feeling? Are you feeling maybe a little bit of frustration, maybe a little bit of excitement? Maybe you're feeling relaxed and sleepy. Maybe closing your eyes right now is a little bit of a challenge. Just noticing your felt sense on how you are feeling. Beautiful. And now I want you to feel roots coming from your feet into the ground and into the center of the earth. It's so important for us to root down our human. We have a human, but we are not only a human. We're a spirit, we're a soul. And now I want you to visualize there is a golden light surrounding your human body. And now I want you to visualize that that golden light is like sunbeams radiating off the body. You're like as bright as the sun. You are pushing any energy that is not yours away from your human body, pushing it to the outside of your aura. And now I want you to repeat after me in your head, or you can say this out loud. I am the strongest entity of my reality. Anything that is not here of light and truth must leave immediately. Notice how you're feeling within your body. Breathing in deeply and breathing out your mouth. Coming into that felt sense now. How do you feel now? You might feel a little bit lighter. You might feel a little bit smaller or larger. You might feel a little bit cleaner. You might even feel a little bit of sadness because maybe you just let go of an energy that was no longer required. I want you to bring your awareness back completely to your body, to the space behind your eyes. Getting some movement in your fingers and your toes and your body. And when you're ready, blinking your eyes open fully, completely, and totally in your body. How are you feeling? I love that energy clearing and entity clearing for children, for anyone really, especially myself. Because when we affirm I'm the strongest entity in my reality, and when we are saying if you're not here with love and truth, then we are literally repelling anything that is a lower vibration. And we have to be the ones that set the intention and set the tone. And you'll notice that I said it with certainty. I'm the queen of my kingdom. I'm the king of my empire. It's that energy. Because if you are sitting there and you're going, our Father who art in heaven, and you're afraid of dark energies, or you're putting a bubble around you like, oh, I hope nothing can get in, then the fear is going to speak louder than the process that you created. But if you come in with strength and certainty, nothing will mess with you. Doing this type of cleansing every day is super, super powerful. I love it for children. So if you've got a child, you can actually change the words a little bit. You don't need to say entity. You can say, I am the strongest energy in my world. You know, you can change those words. I do find the words that I said today are super powerful. So just remembering, if you're a house, you get to literally decide what comes in and out, right? You get to decide what it is that you want to play with, who can come into your world. If your life is a movie, you get to choose the characters. And I am not kidding. I am not even exaggerating here. My life used to look quite different. I used to think that the friends that I had were the friends that I had. I used to think that the reality that I had, from the bank account to the psychic abilities, was what I was given. It was the cards that were dealt for me. Until I started realizing that I could mold and shift and change and evolve very, very quickly. I got to choose what I wanted and what standard I wanted to choose, right? So this is super important for you to understand that you do have choice. It's not, it is what it is and I got what I got. It's what am I choosing and how can I apply this to my life in all areas? So now that you know how to protect your energy and do a cleaning and a cleansing, how would it feel to walk into a room and to be able to scan the entire room, to literally read minds, and to always know how to hold yourself in any circumstance? So many of us are afraid of judging others, and we're getting judgment and awareness a little bit confused. So tomorrow we're going to go into reading and scanning energy. I'm going to teach you one of my favorite processes. Have you enjoyed today? Has today been beneficial? Has it been helpful? What is the reminders that you've received? Remembering, I am always just reminding you of who you are. What is the things that seem to be new for you? And what is the thing that really was helpful for you today? Pop it in the chat box so I know, so we can have a conversation about this. And I hope you've enjoyed today. I will see you tomorrow.